Hello, welcome to your Bachelor's of Psychology, Emotions and Learning 101. In this module, we are going to learn about the importance of emotions, that is, the importance of emotional development in learning. And at the end of the module, you will write an assignment of 500 words explaining why emotions are worth considering in teaching and learning. We are going to start off with the definition of what the word emotion means. Emotion is often defined as a complex state of feeling that results in physical and psychological changes that influence thought and behavior. Emotions are like a mode of communication. Through emotions, others can understand or have an idea of what our thoughts and feelings are. Harrington Mavis explains that communicating our emotions effectively and understanding others' emotions leads to social prosperity, and that emotions are connected to mental and physical health also. That a lot of unhappiness can result in poor concentration. Harrington Mavis goes on to point out that emotions reinforce the level of motivation in the sense that pleasant emotions inspire learners to perform, and it makes group work easier and fun. Pleasant emotions also make challenging concepts bearable, and unpleasant emotions demotivate and decrease productivity. So, in a nutshell, we have learned that emotions are very important and must be taken into consideration in teaching and learning. In Module 2, we are going to explore two perspectives that can help understand emotional development in children. And at the end of this module, you will write an assignment of 500 words in which you compare and contrast two perspectives of emotional development. The first perspective to look at is the genetic maturational perspective. And the genetic maturational perspective posits that sentiments are fruits of organic natural factors. That is, children develop certain emotions not until they have reached a certain stage of development, and these emotions would be impacted by the social and cultural environment. Harrington Mavis also is confirmed by Harrington Mavis. Such an insight can help teachers be tolerant and understanding if a child seems to be lagging behind in expressing or understanding a certain emotion. The second perspective to look at is the learning perspective. The learning perspective is necessary in elucidating personal differences in sentimental expression, and also mostly in sentimental expression, and sentimental expression differs in prevalence and magnitude in different children. The environment in which a child is reared affects the prevalence of the smile of a child. Parents can teach their young ones how to handle and comprehend their emotions through rewarding certain emotions, and students can also learn some emotions through their experiences, such as sliding on a wet floor, which results in an unpleasant consequence, such as a painful fall, leading to emotions of sadness. They can learn from noticing what happens to others. For an example, they can see a classmate showing emotions of sadness and shame after being sent for detention for being late, and they would also react in the same manner if they are also late on another day. So, in conclusion, we can say that from these two perspectives, we learn that emotions can be influenced by natural factors, our surroundings, and personal experiences. In the third module, we are going to look at the cognitive perspective. Our focus is going to be on the cognitive perspective and the functionalist perspective. To start off with the cognitive perspective, the focal point of the cognitive perspective is the potential of the child to gain understanding about the world with innate ability. According to this perspective, there are mental processes that help human beings acquire and use knowledge, as pointed out by Harrington Mavis. As a cognitivist, Vygotsky theory posits that a child's exchange with the community will result in progress in thinking and comprehension. In other words, children assiduously make their understanding of the world as they experience new knowledge and fresh encounters. This perspective puts emphasis on learning taking place in a social context, which brings out the importance of the ability to interpret other people's emotions so as to be able to interact amicably with them. Now, moving on to the functionalist perspective. The functionalist perspective is a modern point of view. This philosophy posits that sentiments assist us with attaining our plans and adjusting to our surroundings, and it highlights that sentiments play an important part in setting up and sustaining social relationships. Plans trigger emotions. For an example, happiness and assurance are aroused when one is expecting a new relationship to form. The sentiments of fright can result in one escaping a deadly circumstance, allowing for the attainment of the plan of being safe. This perspective also appreciates the social nature of emotions. Our conduct is influenced by others' sentimental cues. For an example, if a friend frowns at what we said, we might interpret that as disapproval and feel uncomfortable. Souvenirs of the past also operate as a blueprint in molding how the child will react emotionally to a circumstance. In conclusion, all perspectives to emotional development contribute to this understanding of emotional development in their special way, even though some perspectives share the same ideologies. In the fourth module, we are going to look at how to enhance emotional intelligence. The skill to control our emotions is very essential, as it can help us to remain stable in challenging situations, such as sitting for an examination or going for an interview. In this module, we examine strategies for enhancing emotional intelligence, and you also, at the end of the module, you also, in a discussion of 100 words, you will illustrate in a discussion of 100 words which strategies would apply to remain calm and focused during an interview. The importance of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is important because it aids with self-governance, self-consciousness, social concern, and relationship management. Intelligence is not enough to prosper in life on its own. Emotional intelligence plays a vital role of overcoming unpleasant emotions such as anxiety and depression during learning, which when not defeated, they can thwart one's thinking skills and lead to a shocking failure. Strategies to enhance emotional intelligence. Controlling one's emotions results in the ability to control stress, which will then help avoid health problems such as cardiovascular ailments such as blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. Staying healthy will contribute to regular school attendance and good progress. Controlling one's emotions can also help to stay healthy mentally and avoid depression and anxiety, which result in demotivation and poor performance. The skill to control one's stress and appreciate the fact that emotions have an impact on perceptions and deeds are also key to emotional intelligence. The ability to perceive and understand visual communication from others is also important because it helps to know how others really feel, and being able to perceive and understand visual communication from others can help us to be empathetic and sensitive to their feelings, and in this way avoid saying or doing things that might be offensive and consequently cause conflict and cause relationships to break up. In conclusion, as educators, knowing that emotions play an important role in teaching and learning can help us to be understanding and tolerant to our students. It also helps to maintain an atmosphere of peace and harmony during learning, and maintain a good rapport with the students. Thank you for your attention, and please make sure that you do your assignments after the end of each module as stipulated. Thank you for your attention.